Hi there, and welcome to this week's Leading with Purpose Friday Digest. So it's the beginning of 2024. We're a few weeks into January, and most of us are thinking about ways that we can improve our personal or professional lives. How are we going to be better in the coming 12 months, right? So one of the challenges that I would make to you as a leader is to think about how to develop your team's critical thinking skills. When we think about critical thinking, what we're identifying is how we can be strategic problem solvers, how we can be informed in our decision making and go looking for that information and analyze that data, really working hard to navigate complex times that we're in a way that is innovative, that fosters creativity, right? All of those types of behaviors or applications of how we show up at work have tremendous potential impact, right? Think about if everyone on your team was a great problem solver, came to you with really well thought out solutions, or maybe even new ideas about how to work together and how to really accomplish the goals that you are looking to achieve in the coming months, okay? So how do we get there, right? That's always the magic question. One of the most important things that we can do to nurture this kind of environment is connect the dots for our team. Now, what I mean by that is being really transparent, being very clear with information, and provide kind of a sandbox structure of details that will help them know not only things like your vision, in other words, where are we going as a team or organization, your strategy, how are we going to get there? What are some of the resources that might be involved? What's the most important thing for our organization to do or complete in the next 12 months? But also kind of our processes, why do we do what we do? How do we do what we do? All of those elements kind of provide a framework of information for your team members to work within when they're starting to be creative, when they're starting to ask questions, when they're starting to look for solutions. It gives them some bumpers in which they are able to work. When you have that level of transparency, it reduces or potentially removes ambiguities that may impair a team member's willingness to think outside the box, because we know that that's something that's vulnerable, right? That's a vulnerable activity, to think outside the box, to challenge thinking, maybe even their own thinking. Okay, so first we want to make sure that they're well informed. The second thing that we want to do is really cultivate that culture of curiosity. Here we are looking for ways that we can inspire our team members, maybe through role modeling, maybe through really great examples, maybe by celebrating people who are being curious, to encourage them to say, why do we do that? What if we did it this way? I've always wondered why. Those are great sentences for you to not only role model, but encourage in your teams, right? So the ultimate goal here is open thinking, with healthy boundaries, of course, so that curiosity can spark the desire to explore alternatives and fuel the critical thinking process. So the final piece is, we know that through a lot of different research, when we encourage people to be critical thinkers, a couple things happen. Number one is, in a way, leaders are asking their team members to step into a realm of shared participation. What this means is the leader has to step away from being the sole solver of problems, from being the only individual that provides direction or potential direction for the team. Instead, when you ask your team to be critical thinkers, you're sharing that space. You're encouraging them to provide some solutions. You're offering them the opportunity to contribute, right? The other thing that happens is that there's a diversity of ideas, which means that there may be increased debate, conflict maybe, or disagreements, right? Because there's so many wonderful ideas and potential ideas that are now brought to the table. And one of the things that we need to be ready to do is check our own ego at the door, to make sure that we're not only welcoming, but willing to hear that diversity of voices. And then we also need to help our team kind of sort through or wade through those disagreements and debates in a healthy way. Part of that means that we encourage open communication through healthy team norms. This could be that we engage by actively listening to each other and allowing each other to speak, and then respectfully providing additional information. It means that we also need to have constructive dialogue and debate. That may include thoughtful and caring candor. That may include active listening and finding ways to share information that is respectful of our relationships and builds trust with each other. So each of these three approaches, connecting the dots, encouraging curiosity, and also having healthy dialogue and constructive debate, they're all part of critical thinking. As you continue to move your team through this process, as you grow their confidence with being critical thinkers, you're going to see wonderful potential outcomes. But each person's going to be a little bit unique in their journey. So make sure that you're investing in ongoing training and skill development, that you are maybe giving your folks stretch assignments and other resources that would help each person's critical thinking skills develop at their own pace. So as always, there's more information in the blog below. Let us know if we can help your team in any way to develop these critical thinking skills. It's a wonderful benefit to have these great thinkers on your team. As always, we are here to help and develop better and more purposeful leaders. Take care.